Each car represented a life story that had been overtaken by the man she thought she knew. She sat in the quiet attic surrounded by the traces of the various personas her husband had adopted over the years. The inquiry reached a pivotal moment when local officials, following up on a tip regarding the timeline of the original Julian Vane, began to piece together a complex puzzle. They discovered that the true Julian had gone off the radar shortly after his graduation, precisely when the person in Claire's home arrived in the city with a new set of credentials. It became apparent that this was a recurring pattern of replacement. By the time authorities arrived at the family residence to conduct a formal review of the property, the man Claire knew as her husband had already departed. He had sensed the change in the atmosphere. He had noticed the way Claire's expression had shifted, no longer filled with trust, but with a quiet, observant realization. He didn't take any belongings. He simply stepped out of the house and faded into a new chapter under a different name. The home, once a place of comfort, was now a site of intense official scrutiny. Teams in professional gear moved through the hallways, carefully examining every detail to uncover who the man truly was. During the search of the property, investigators moved to the basement. It was a space Julian had always kept strictly for his hobbies, a room Claire rarely entered out of respect for his privacy. Underneath the pristine, state-of-the-art home gym, forensic teams discovered something that changed the case from fraud to a deep unsolved mystery. They found a hidden compartment containing personal items belonging to the real Julian Vane, along with the belongings of at least 4 other men whose identities had been systematically erased over the last 20 years. There were watches, wedding rings, and even a set of journals that Julian had used to practice the signatures of his victims. It was a library of stolen souls. Each item was a trophy, a memento of a life he had successfully hijacked. The journals were particularly chilling. They contained meticulous notes on the victims' speech patterns, their favorite foods, and their childhood memories. He hadn't just stolen their names, he had studied them like an actor preparing for a role. But this wasn't a play, it was a permanent replacement. The level of detail was breathtaking and horrifying to the investigators. Subscribe to True Crime Frontier, make sure you like and share this video, and also don't forget to tell us your country in the comment below.